What's good, y'all? Top of the rise, and we're here, man. We're back at it again, another Monday. You know what I'm saying? As we say in this Gregorian calendar, right? But now it's another Monday, man. As far as most people's work week, you know what I'm saying, to get back at it if they ain't been staying at it over the weekend. But for the most part, man, as always, man, go out there, and as far as any of the nonsense that's going on, like I said, previous videos, you know, as just being, and any of the nonsense that's going on around you, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna go on. But since we have to take care of what we need to take care of, man, take care of your responsibilities as always. But just be conscious of those things that are, you know what I'm saying, that are around, and it's like, all right, I know what it is, and, you know, move accordingly, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you move accordingly when you got the ins and outs. But what I wanted to touch on, man, was going back into my Atlanta last season, not this season. We'll catch up to it. But I want to say what we're on some of the. I want to say we at the end of the last season recap. What I wanted to touch on, which was when Paperboy was talking to that girl, or, you know, you could either say he had a hallucination because, you know, she was taking him through like different places, you know, where they was at overseas, and then also just having a dialogue conversation. But that's what I want to dive in. That's what I'm gonna call this one. Just the best interest, making sure that people that are around you has your best interest. Because a lot of people that's around you don't have your best interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? And some people are just there for the ride, get what they can get from you. Like I said, the Judases, you know what I'm saying, the Brutuses, in the midst. But in the same token, like I said previous as well, you know, it is what it is. We can kind of tell who that is, and they are there also, you know, as I say, for a reason and a season, you know what I'm saying, put you on your A game and whatnot. But just being mindful, like I said, it kind of goes into what I'm saying, just being mindful of the things that's going on around you so you can move accordingly. And in this episode, as we dive into it, pretty much she was just kind of going around, and the girl was just, she got to the point where she was asking him, you know, do you own your masters? You know what I'm saying? As you can see, as you know in the show, Paperboy, you know, is a rapper, Alfred. And Childish Gambino is, you know, acting as his manager, and with Darius, I want to say the dude was in Get Out and all that good stuff. So pretty much, they've been around him, you know what I'm saying, as his rise, you know what I'm saying, to fame. And now you get to see that in this season where he is making money and doing these things, you know what I'm saying. And if you look back to the beginning, man, everybody for the most part, you know, everybody in this camp had his best interest at heart. But in this season, it made him question it. But if you remember Darius back there, you know, he's holding it down, trying to do certain things to make sure that Paperboy can, you know, I want to say was selling dogs back then. It's been a minute since I saw it. I think he was selling dogs. And then, you know, Childish Gambino going through the situation he's been going through just to make sure that homeboy's, you know what I'm saying, set up right and good. But, you know what I'm saying, that all can get lost in the sauce when you just, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing. But in this episode, Darius, you know what I'm saying, kind of told him as well, you know what I'm saying, you know I love you, you know what I'm saying, regardless of what you do. And that's the people that you need around you, man, that regardless of what you're doing, they love you for you and who you are. And, you know what I'm saying, and they just support you regardless if it's, you know what I'm saying, right or wrong for the most part. But they still gonna give, you know what I'm saying, they still gonna be like, hey, bro, I want to do that, or, you know what I'm saying, that ain't the right thing to do. You know, if you want to do it, you do it. You know, as I would say, if you like it, I love it, you know. But I'm still gonna let you know. But hey, you want to follow through with it. But me being a friend, I'm gonna let you know, hey, this is what I probably wouldn't have done, or whatever the case is. You know, like I said, never give advice. I'm just giving you some information. But yeah, so he's you know what I'm saying, so that girl pretty much, you know, you got Liam Nielsen in this whole thing, and Liam Nielsen kind of talks about his little situation, you know what I'm saying, that if you know the story behind Liam Nielsen when he went out into the neighborhood, and you know, he was just tripping, man. And you know what I'm saying, Paperboy's supposed to be performing at this thing where Liam Nielsen is at, but the girl tells him, man, get up out of there, you know what I'm saying, because when you saw when he went up there, it was like really nothing that had his interest, you know, his best interest, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, nah, you don't need to go up on that stage and perform, you know what I'm saying, for these people, you know what I'm saying. So at the end of all of it, man, he ended up talking to Childish Gambino about his masters, and he was like, yeah, who owns it? And he let him know, like, bro, I got your back, you own that shit, you know what I'm saying. So it lets you know that, you know, through all this thing, he's like, you know, Childish Gambino and everybody, they like, we're on the same boat. I'm not using you, misusing you. I'm making sure that you're good. But in the same token, you know what I'm saying, doing my job as me saying I'm your manager. And that's where, you know what I'm saying, making sure that you have the people around you that has your best interest. Because if not, you know what I'm saying, we see that a lot in this industry, you know what I'm saying, the music industry, where a lot of people don't have your interests at heart. And what's funny though, I just saw a video with that, I forgot his name, it's a new rapper. He was talking to Mr. Fab, and he was just saying like, man, you ain't got to make money off of me, you can make money with me. And that's the thing, a lot of people try to make money off of you, but not, you know, not with you. And that's the thing, like, you know, they try to own you, or do this, you know, all that weird shit. But that's if, you know what I'm saying, you boo-boo the food, and you don't know, man, you ain't, you know what I'm saying, sharpen your sword to understand, you know what I'm saying, the ins and outs of out here, which a lot of people got those 360 deals. A lot of people just sell themselves short because, you know, maybe they got a game plan. Who knows? I ain't gonna say all those deals are, you know what I'm saying, stupid for some people, but some of them they are. If you don't know how to work it, or if you don't know what you're doing, you just sign it because you see the dollar signs. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it on that note, man. Just make sure that whoever you got around you, man, have your best interests. And even if they don't, man, learn from it. So when you do move forward, you know what I'm saying, you can make sure that you do surround yourself with people that do have your best interests at heart. And you guys are going towards the same goals to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, it's great, you know what I'm saying. So pretty much I just wanted to touch bases on that. As always, man, go out there and get it, man. Stay positive, stay focused. Like I said, the negative is going to be negative. It is what it is. It's the building blocks of life, you know. Look at the atoms. You got the positive, negatives, and the neutral, right? The protons, electrons, and neutrons, man. So they're going to be around, but remember, all that stuff revolves around what? Yeah. As always, Hakuna Matata. You know what I'm saying? As always, ACL, you know what I'm saying? If you in any situation, you know what I'm saying, in order to get through it, at least what has worked for me through my journey, man, is accept it, change it, or leave it, which lead me into, before I get off, you know what I'm saying, it's the serenity prayer, a little, you know what I'm saying, if you think about it. But for the most part, if you can't, you know, can't accept it, then change the situation. If you can't change it, then leave it, man. You'll be better off, as always. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. It's your boy Big Lasting. And we here, still here. And you still here too, if you're watching the video. So be productive, or, you know what I'm saying, relax, man. You here on this side. Holla.